It's Thursday, the day before what would have been our opening night for a show that had all the promise of being one of the best things ever seen on a TowerHill stage. A collaboration between the theater and music departments, between alums and current students, between freshmen through seniors, and ultimately between all of us in the community. For the past 25 years of my life, this day, the day before opening, has been hectic, jam-packed, eruptive, joyful, stressful, and far too short no matter what the show. I'm sure any of you that have been involved with a production of any kind would use some of the same words to describe the day before your opening night. Whether it's for a musical or a play, a concert, an art show, classroom presentation, the night before the big game or your senior speech, graduation, or that job interview for your dream gig, the day before has always had the sense of anticipation, that palpable, indescribable feeling that we all have and share, but it's different for everyone. Yet today I sit with a different emotion, a different indescribable tension, an emptiness that comes from knowing just how much time, energy, love, and sweat went into a production that may never see its full potential. But is that all we are feeling? Sadness, because we are not able to perform the show we all worked so hard to bring to the stage? We're not able to play that game we practiced so hard for? Personally, this already happened to me. Just before spring break, I sat through a dress rehearsal for a show I was 100% sure would not open and may never see an audience. Yet here I am, grieving for a show that should have been. So I ask again, is that all we are feeling? What other nerve is this hitting? And I think I have the beginnings of an answer, the first thread of an explanation for this emptiness. And I found it in an article about why theater people need to stop making. Although I do suggest reading the whole article by Nicholas Berger on medium.com, I won't bore you with all the details. The passages quoted below, however, do begin to put the emotions into focus. Quote, "The coronavirus is so insidious because it attacks one of the central yearnings of human nature, which just so happens to be the bedrock theater is built on, our desire to assemble. The one galvanizing, unassailable, and gloriously frustrating truth about our field is that, like life, theater is ephemeral. It must not only be experienced live, but also, and just as importantly, together. Theater is as much about the relationship between actor and audience as it is about the relationship between the audience and itself. Assembly is what defines theater," unquote. Each time I read it, I thought of a different part of our lives this could speak to, how it describes the human experience, the social experience that we are all craving, the different things we are all missing. Insert restaurants, movie theaters, sporting events, concerts, or anything else we enjoy as a group in place of theater in that quote, and it still makes sense. The different events where we gather as a captive audience, the locker room shenanigans, the collective gasp or laughter in a movie theater, where we collaborate as a group, a collaboration that defines us as a community, a human community. So what does this mean? Where do we go from here? All of us know that we should cherish the extra time we have with our families. We understand that slowing down society is not the worst thing in the world. Yes, these are important, but an even more important is faith. Faith that moving forward, we will return to some kind of normalcy. The familiar will return. To quote Berger's article again, "When the world rebounds and we push our heads out of the rubble, and there will be rubble, we will seek each other out with a renewed sense of gratitude. When we embrace each other for the first time in months and are reminded what it means to hold someone you love in your arms, the weight of them heavy on your heart, we think, what an astonishing thing it is to be alive. Or when our barber cuts our hair for the first time in months and we share a glance in the mirror, we will be reminded of our invisible, indispensable need for each other, and we will return to the theater to celebrate, to mourn, to heal, and to assemble. Remember, sports are not going to disappear. Movies aren't canceled forever. We will hear the clinking of forks and plates again while we share meals in public. The show isn't gone for good, and we will sit in classrooms together again. We may not know what form any of these things are going to take, won't know exactly when they will happen, but they will. So until then, carry the hope with you. Carry the memories of the past, enjoy the slow pace of the present, and look forward to the future. The show, the human show, must go on.